Okay, hey, so time for me to do a video of where I live. I know I've been promising this forever, but I finally got it together. I'm going to try and move quickly with the outside part because I'm already getting funny looks from like 20 people. Alright, so let me show you my street. This is the street that I live along. Down there is a bridge where cars go under. If you go under that bridge and walk about 15 minutes, that's where my school is. Then if you go down that way about 15 minutes, that's Trustmart, which is where I buy most of my stuff for my house. It's like an enormous Walmart. Got some fruit stands. This is my neighborhood. These lovely ladies were just trying to get me to pay to have them take me somewhere on their bike. It sounds suicidal to me. There's a guardhouse right there where they tried to harass me one day until they realized that I'd already registered with the police, which you have to do. Once I said registered with the police, they left me alone. There's a taxi. Cars have right of way no matter what, everywhere. I don't know if they legally do, but they take it. Some chalkboards. I don't know what those say. Those are, I don't know, my landlord said those are wanted ads here. All along here. Newspapers. One thing I love about Shanghai is that they did very, very well with keeping plants everywhere. So even in this enormous city of 20 million people, there's actually a huge number of plants. This is more of a street down that way. So this stuff is cool. This is exercise equipment. It's always cool when you come out and older people are using this every day. So a lot of older people just live here and keep themselves healthy using all of this equipment. You can stand on these and rotate using hips. This thing you grab and it like swings around, so it's kind of cool. Keeps your shoulders and waist loose. People like to stretch up on that. Have these cool walkway things where the stones are all up on their edge. That hurts your feet. Don't know what they use that for. Bench. Anyway, continuing on towards my place. These buildings are pretty big. 5 or 6 stories each. Again, more plants, nice little walkway. My landlord, if I haven't mentioned it yet, my landlord is awesome. His name is Peter Lee, and he speaks English, and he taught himself English. So I'd mentioned Fuzhou Road, which is where there's a lot of bookstores and teaching stores, and I'd mentioned that because, you know, being a teacher, I was looking for teacher resources and things. And Fuzhou Road, when I mentioned that, he was like, "Oh yeah, I used to spend hours there when I was a kid, teaching myself English." So what he'd do is he'd go to school and he wanted to be a successful businessman, so he went and he taught himself English. He just sat there and worked out. Now he speaks excellent English. He's been an incredible help. He took me to the police station to register, which is something you have to do. He actually did that as a favor to the guy who brought me out here who didn't have time. So did that for free. Like, actually walked me over there. And actually had to walk me well out of his way to go get a copy of my contract first to show the police, you know, my contract to rent the apartment. And then walk all the way over there. So he spent an hour of his time for nothing. Incredibly nice guy. Place to hang laundry. I do it out over by my window. So yeah, he's really cool. It looks like the battery's about to go out, so I can switch batteries and then do the apartment portion of this in a minute. But yeah, here is my stairway. This is where I get mail. If I get mail. I haven't put my address up yet, but I'll do it eventually. I'm on the 5th floor. Yeah, so Peter's been great. It's really nice to have an English-speaking landlord and one that actually helps out and is like really cool. So I know the hallway looks like dirty and scary, but you know, this is pretty much what everything looks like. So I was walking with Peter the other day talking about this place, and he was trying to think of how to explain this related to other areas. He was like, you know, it's commoner housing. It's housing for commoners. I was like, all right. I didn't realize that there was that distinction, but okay, commoner housing it is. And so, what he meant was it's more traditional housing, which is what he called it. Here's my door. It's got this red thing that came on it. I think that's a New Year's decoration. I haven't bothered to take it down yet. This is my cage. It makes me feel safe. And here's my corrugated iron door. And my apartment. And I'm going to stop the video now and retake it from the door with a new battery. Alright.